our Seattle Supercross rankings, and the first guy up is Cole Davies, the winner of the 250 class. And Doc, I think we should put him in S tier, man. I don't know about you, but
of course, it's first win. It was a dominant win. You know, we got to do an S tier. Got to do an S tier.
Start to finish leading. He won his heat race. He didn't qualify that great. Qualified 11th. But that doesn't matter in the long scheme of things when he goes out and dominates, right? So, And I actually made a TikTok post about this before the season even started, and I said, "Is Cole Davies a top 5 guy?" I think we got our answer. Yep. I mean, he's been a top 5 guy for the whole year, I guess, but now he's even better than a top 5 guy. So, yeah, Cole Davies S tier.
Best in the class, brother. Best in the class.
That's a hot take. I didn't say that. He did it. That's the same guy that said Deegan's going to go undefeated with Cole Davies in that division. So I'm just
things change, brother. Things change.
All right, next up on our list is Chase Sexton, and now he got second place. He got second place in the heat race, and he also got second place in qualifying. So basically 2s across the board here, and I still think it was a pretty amazing ride given the circumstances, but I think we have to go solid.
I don't know. I actually kind of am leaning towards amazing. It was pretty great. Like, he didn't win, and I'm an avid Chase doubter, okay? If you guys watch at all, you know that. But I think it was really good. I think the track was insane. He showed a lot of speed. I think the better man won. I think that's it. But it doesn't mean that his ride wasn't anything short of incredible.
I mean, if you're gonna go amazing, I can't doubt you there. But I mean,
I think we go amazing. I think I give him a little love. You know, usually I'd be like mid, but no, I think you have to give credit where credit's due, and I think he rode great. I think that Cooper Webb was just better.
Okay, so if you're saying that, now our next guy on the list is Cooper Webb. Do we put him amazing then?
I think you got to put that as a God tier ride, because he got passed multiple times and then still repassed everyone and won, and then defended it down to, 0.7, and then he did finger guns, which is definitely worth something. You know what I mean?
Man, I would say yes, we would have to put a God tier because of what happened in the race, getting past multiple times, then come back and still winning without anybody crashing in front of him either. It's not like you basically got the win. He passed him back and got the win. Does that make sense? So,
and he had the fastest lap. He was just better, brother. He was just better.
Is that our first 2 God tiers?
I think it is.
That's kind of crazy.
I think on that track, with how gnarly that track is, everyone's been talking about Chase's speed, right? And he's hands down the fastest guy. I went and looked, and Cooper Webb had the fastest time of the main event, and he was farther back. He got passed multiple times. His mental game is just insane, and he proved that he was just as fast, if not faster, than Chase, and also was able to defend a great attempt by Chase. Dude, that was like you just goated ride.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Just know I'm a Chase Glazer, so that really makes me upset.
It was great. Chase literally was amazing.
If Chase wins that, he goes into God tier. I'm just saying. But
yeah, I agree. Anyone that wins that race because of how that race went down ends up in God tier.
That's fair. Okay. Going on to one of the guys in the crazy beef, that would be Hayden Deegan. And now what he was able to accomplish in that race, not getting a good start and then crashing on the first lap and then going all the way back to third place.
Mm-hmm.
I think we go solid. I think it was a really solid ride. It was amazing for the comeback to third, right? But he also is the best guy. He shouldn't be crashing, and he should be winning. So
yeah, I agree.
I think with all of that circumstances, I think solid is a great spot for him. It's not mid, right? But
no, certainly not mid. But certainly not amazing. Now, if he would have got up and at least been in the conversation with Cole, we could have said amazing, right? Got up to second, and maybe you could see him, and maybe he came up short. You could have said amazing, but solid ride, great ride.
I agree. Okay, so going on to Ken Roxon here, the guy that got second off the start, past Cooper Webb, which everybody was going crazy for, and then faded back down to 5th place, I believe it was, or 4th place, excuse me.
Fourth.
I think for the circumstances for Ken Roczen, with the crazy shoulder injury that came out, I think yesterday, that basically saying that it is severe. Yeah. I think we go amazing for how well of a performance he was able to do on that track. That injury, passing Webb, yeah, he faded, and I feel like that's just going to be a given with the injury, especially on that track. I think it was a really amazing ride for 12 minutes there, right? So I think you go amazing.
I think you put him bottom of amazing, because I agree. I'm trying not to be a Kenny Glazer, okay? So we'll go bottom of amazing. Chat, let it be known I don't glaze any of the riders. So
yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Moving on to Cody Schock. And honestly, he had an amazing ride going, bro. I mean, an amazing ride, top 5 ride. And then in one of the rhythm sections goes OTB. Now, I think he's fine. That the crash, actually, it was a great dismount. It wasn't like anything crazy, but it definitely pushed him back, and he finished 8th. So I think with that crash and just how he was riding, I would say solid. I think it was a solid performance.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, yeah, he looked great. Was up there, and not by chance. Was up there because he was barking. And yeah, if he didn't do, man, he's had a lot of like front flips this year. You know, I mean, he didn't land on his feet on this one, but like this is like the 2nd or 3rd time he's front flipped something. But yeah, I think solid's fine.
Yeah, I think he had a really good ride going. He was actually battling with Deegan there for a little bit when Deegan was coming through the pack. That's when he actually crashed. And yeah, it just kind of sucks because he was riding so good all day. But now moving on to the 2nd place guy in the 250 class.
This is a surprise. It was a big surprise.
Garrett Marchbanks. And there's only 2 categories that this guy can go to today.
Yeah.
And it's either amazing or God tier. And
it's not God tier.
Bro, I might push it to God tier based off what he was able to accomplish, bro. He got 2nd in the heat race behind Cole Davies, right? He got 2nd in the main event behind Cole Davies. The only thing I can say is, what did he qualify? He qualified 7th, so not the greatest. But I think the performance in the heat race as well as the main event could push him to God tier. But I'll hear your side of things and see where we want to go.
God tier, I feel like there can only be one person. Like, the circumstances for you to be in God tier, if you don't win the race, have to be pretty extreme, right? Like, going from like last to a podium, God tier, right? But that's crazy. I think just getting a good start and coming in 2nd, you know what I mean? I don't know that I can put that, because the question I have, okay, if Deegan doesn't go down, does Garrett still get 2nd?
I don't think he does, because based off of just like the results here, Deegan was on the rear tire of Garrett Marchbanks at the very end. So I think if Deegan doesn't go down, Deegan's 1-2, and so Garrett would get pushed back to 3rd. But it's still a great ride by Garrett.
Again, yeah, no disrespect, but I feel like God tier, we have to make sure it's kept for just exquisite performances. You know what I mean? Otherwise, if we just dilute God tier, everyone's God tier, brother. They did great. They tried their best. We're just, what's wrong with the world right now in giving participation trophies? Don't give those to your kids.
That is very true. Very, very, very true.
True.
I actually
Let them lose.
I actually want to go back to Cody Schock. I forgot he won a heat race at Seattle. So I want to give him his shout out for that. And it's also another case for why he's in solid for the night. So
yeah, 100%.
I totally forgot about him actually winning that heat race. But now going on to Jay Coop. At first, I think this was going to be an amazing ride. He won a heat race. He held off Cooper Webb for that heat race, and a little finger gun, funny thing to Cooper. And the main, he was creeping up there. He was in that battle top 4 for a while, and he was creeping up there with Cooper. I think personally he may have passed Cooper, but he went down, and we'll never actually know. And so with that, I think we just go solid, similar to Cody Schock. You know, he won the heat race and crashed in the main event. It's the same exact thing for him. Maybe a better result for Jay Coop, but I think a solid is a great ride for Jay Coop.
I think you go top of solid because the pass that he did in the heat race was just perfect. It was so pretty and just I don't know, that pass earns them extra points. Still not an amazing overall night. I don't think you can crash and get amazing unless you crash and then do amazing, but I don't think you can do amazing and then crash and then be mid and not end up solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I 100%.
Just not saying he was mid. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you get it, chat.
All right, moving on to his teammate, though, Michael Mosman. Michael finished 6th, crashed in the heat race with Jordan Smith. Honestly, I don't even know what happened. Like, what caused him to crash like that? It was just so random. I say we go mid. I think it was just kind of a mid performance overall. Think about it. He gained a spot with Cody crashing. I don't think he was going to pass Cody if Cody just stayed alive. And I think overall performance just mid. Another guy that I think was kind of just mid, Malcolm Stewart.
Mid? I feel like that's kind of extreme. He did get yeeted by the boy.
Yes, he did. Yes, but that is also heat race. And he came back for 3rd, which was great. It was an amazing ride. However, in the main event, 7th. Got pushed
he got punted.
Start.
Yeah, he got punted by AP in the start.
But think about this for a split second. If he gets punted, AP was still out there though with him. Like, you know what I mean? And AP got up to 3rd. Malcolm got up to 7th. So it's not like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Let me double check.
No, because hold on here, chat. Let's do a little fact checking of the fact checking. AP wrong. Was like 5th. Yeah. AP was like 5th on the first lap. Malcolm was like
18th on the first lap. So he must have. Did he go down then in the start?
No,
maybe a little tip over.
Went over the little berm, and then the whole pack was just right there, and then like you can't.
You just had nowhere to go. Okay. I'm gonna take that back then, because going from dead last to 3rd in the heat race, and then going from dead last, basically 18th to 7th for Malcolm on that track, I would actually say that's a pretty damn solid performance. So
I think it's pretty solid. You know, 7th in itself is mid, but last is 7th. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I take back everything I said prior to what I just said. So yeah, solid performance for Malcolm. Maybe I should actually redo my letdown for him yesterday. Rip. Moving on. Moving on to the boy Joe. And honestly, it's a similar case to Malcolm, but maybe this is actually mid for me. And Joe finished 5th place in the main event. He was battling with Deegan, pushed Deegan out, made a couple block passes on him, and then had nothing for him. So I think it was kind of mid, especially when, for me personally, I was expecting him to be top 3 and just came home 5th. But that's just me.
Yeah, mid's kind of, I don't know, it's pretty low, man. You know, like Joe did significantly better than Mosman all around. Right?
Yes, but think about it like this. In the main event, he got into 5th on the 2nd lap and stayed in 5th the entire race.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
He literally was 5th and 6th the entire race. Like, and if you're Joe, no handguard anymore, that means your hand's fine. I mean,
fine.
I mean, it gotta be somewhat fine. There's no handguards on there anymore, and that track had rocks everywhere. So,
true.
I think I'm
gotta be somewhat broken, right?
I would assume still somewhat broken.
I mean, it's cooked.
But now going on to the second side of the beef, the guy that finished 4th right ahead of Joe, and that is Julian Beaumaire. Now, I could play a case here where it was mid. I could play a case, all right? Because him starting out front, right? Him starting out front, grabbing the whole shot, leading a lap, getting passed by Cole, getting passed by Garrett, and then getting passed by Hayden. In a single race, getting passed 4 times, and you had the lead. Is that like, I don't know if we can actually put him as solid because of that scenario.
Because of who he is?
And because he's the 2nd in points.
Yeah, it's kind of it's an interesting one. Is he still struggling with his shoulder?
I heard he's like 95 to 100%. I mean, you get past 4 times and you had the lead.
Yeah.
And Deegan crashed on the first lap and came back.
And he did look really good too. Yeah. I mean, he looked good and then faded, I guess is what I'm saying. So, all right, I'll let you put that one on there. Gigi, I'm not doing it myself. Just letting you know. I have no, my hands are clean, brother.
All right, going on to another guy that finished 8th place. Crashed in the main, kind of struggled, kind of like all day. He got 3rd in the heat race, but yeah, just kind of was there. 7th basically the entire race. Crash, went back to 10th, got up to 8th. That was Barsha. I think it's a mid performance.
Well, did you see the crash though?
Yes, I saw the crash.
I mean, and still, then to come back, I mean,
still,
and he still a top 10. We're gonna go mid on old JB51 Barsha Bam Bam guy.
Bro, he's beating all the privateers. Like the guys left are privateers.
He freaking face planted at 65 miles an hour.
Yes, but I mean, it's just privateers after that. Like what? I think personally, it's got to be a mid performance. I can't see a solid because he's outside of the top 7. Man.
JB, let it know. Hands are clean, brother.
All right, going on to Aaron Plessinger, and there's already an answer from Doc here. I can already say it's literally going to be God tier from Doc.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, if he gets the whole shot, it would have been God tier.
I mean, yeah, I think personally for AP, it was an amazing ride. He started out 6th, stalling the bike on the start. Don't ask me how that's even possible, and yeah, I don't know. But 6th to 3rd, I think it was pretty damn good. And he passed. It's not like he got gifted a spot with Jay Coop. He passed him straight up, and then Jay Coop crashed. So I think it was a really good ride by AP.
He was on it, brother. That's an amazing. I think I'm feeling an AP win by the end of the year, man. I'm just saying. Hopefully it comes at Philly or East Rutherford where I'm there, and
that would be sick, bro. That'd be so sick. All right, but moving on to Justin Hill, and Justin Hill was part of the crash in the heat race with Malcolm Stewart, Kyle Chisholm, Tristan Lane, I believe, was in that. He got up to 9th in that. He made it out. He barely made it out of the heat race. I mean, barely. He made it work, but he got lucky. Grant Harlan, my guy on my fantasy team, crashed with no one around.
True.
But with Justin Hill, I feel like he's kind of like, I don't know what the right term is, digressing, I guess you would kind of say. It hasn't been declining. It hasn't really been that great the last few weeks. I'm not going to cap. I think we saw what he's capable of this year. He can be top quality. He can get top 5s. Now, this track was extremely tough. I totally get that. He had a crazy crash. I totally get that. Do we think with his 10th place performance, it's a mid, or do we? I think it's a mid. Yeah,
I think it's mid. I don't think it's horrible, but I think it's mid for him. He definitely can be like 8th to 6th to 5th every week. I think. Yeah, I think it's mid. We're not gonna have anybody in horrible.
I don't think so, because the next guy on the list is DF Dylan, and he got 5th place. I think it's an amazing ride. Like, we mentioned this in our review video yesterday. We didn't get to see him at all, like on the broadcast, one bit. But knowing that he got 5th place after everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks for him, I think it was an amazing ride, especially on that track for him.
All right. We'll go bottom amazing.
I mean, I think you have to, just the circumstances, right? It's not like an A+ performance or anything by that.
Sure, but it could be an A-.
But yeah, and I think it was a really good ride by DF. Now, now the last guy on our list here is Shane, and I don't know. 12th? Yeah, I don't know how we want to rate him here, because he finished 14th overall. So last week, I'm pretty sure he got 8th last week in the Triple Crown, correct? So declining to 14th. Yes, the track was tough, but it was the same for everybody. Like, I think it was kind of based off of what happened last year or last week. You could say mid. However, I'm looking at the lap positions here for Shane. He must have been in that first turn with Malcolm and everybody, because he started dead last. He was 20th after first lap. And he moved his way all the way back up to 14th, and he just stayed in 14th. Do we say it's a mid performance? I think we kind of have to, but I want to hear your take.
I think he would say it's mid performance. I think he would be not super stoked. I haven't watched the vlog on it yet or anything, so maybe he's really excited with it. I don't think so, after kind of seeing his vlogs or talking with him a little bit throughout the year at Glendale and stuff. Like, I think he wants to be 10th through 6th, and I think he can be there, right? I think Adam for a top 5 this week. I think he can top 5. So I think he would think a 14th is pretty mid for him. Now, he's had worse performances this year, and this is like towards the bottom in the middle of where he's finished basically the whole year. So I feel like he would be pretty dissatisfied with this.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you guys hit that like and sub button. Thank you guys so much for all the love on all the videos that we've been posting. It means a lot to us. We're going to have our head-to-head matchups tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. It is an East Coast round, so going back east. I feel like we're flipping coast every single week nowadays. And then the following week, we got an East-West showdown, so I feel like it's just kind of crazy right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the love. Make sure you guys go check out the videos from yesterday, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. We're out. Peace.